Most people think you need $30,000, $50,000, even $100,000 to start in real estate, and that's just not true. The reality is you can start flipping mobile homes with little to no money. Just like Leslie, who flipped her first mobile home in 2.5 weeks for $7,000 and her second mobile home for a $40,000 net profit. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how to do it, the 3 strategies to make this happen, and how I and members in my academy have done this exact thing. My name is George. I've been flipping mobile homes since 2017 and have made over 7 figures doing so. And here's the thing, I didn't start with a bunch of money. I started with hardly any cash at all. In fact, I started with $6,000, but my first deal I purchased for $3,500. And over the years, I've learned how to structure deals in ways that you can get in with little to no money and still make a profit that changes your life. So if you've ever wanted to get into real estate but thought money was holding you back, this video is gonna open your eyes. Strategy number 1 is wholesaling. Wholesaling single family homes, everyone and their brother does it. Wholesaling mobile homes, very few people do it. In fact, I have wholesalers contact me and say they just trash mobile home deals because they don't think any money's in them. Mobile home deals, specifically ones that are inside of mobile home parks. Wholesaling is where you find a great deal, put it under contract, and instead of buying it yourself, you sell that contract to an end buyer. And here's why this works. There's a huge demand for affordable housing. Mobile homes, they say, are the last real form of affordable housing, and these mobile homes are not marketed correctly. There are families that are looking all the time to move into a home that they can call their own. If you find a home, you find an off-market motivated seller, you find a home, you lock in that deal, and then you market it correctly, you will have families flocking your way, people flocking your way in order to get in on these deals so they can purchase these homes and have a home that they can call their own. The best part is you don't need money to close this deal yourself. You're just assigning the contract. I've seen beginners make $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, and even $15,000 on their first wholesale deal. You can see Imtiaz here. Within a couple of weeks of joining us, he made his first $3,500 on his very first wholesale deal without putting a single dollar down. If you want to learn more how to do this, you can click the link down in the description down below or in the comments where you can join our free Skool community to ask us questions. We have several free trainings, and we also have another free training which goes more in depth that you can get more answers on. Strategy number 2 is creative financing. This is where you structure the deal so you don't need a big pile of cash up front. That means the seller lets you put down a small amount and then make payments over time in order to purchase this mobile home. For example, one of the deals that I purchased when I first got started, I purchased it for, it was $10,000 that we agreed on. I put anywhere from $500 to $1,000 down. I think it was $500 that I put down on this deal. $500, that's it. And I was making payments of $250 per month. This is what we agreed on until the home was paid off. So I only needed $500 to come out of that, and then $250 per month. Now what happened was within the first 3 months, I sold that deal for $52,000. I sold this deal on payments. I collected $10,000 down on this deal. Now what did I do? I contacted the seller and say, hey, I can pay you off. I don't want to have them on the title or anything of that sort. So I want to get it off their hands, and I want to have it so I can give it to the buyer. So I told the seller, I can pay this deal off. If I was to pay it off today, how much would you accept? We ended up agreeing on like $7,500. So I paid them that additional, let's say $6,500, and that deal was paid off. I then had my deposit from the seller, and the seller was making payments of $825 per month, or the buyer, I'm sorry, was making payments of $825 per month. So I bought it on seller financing, then I sold it on seller financing. I didn't have to come out of pocket with a lot of money. I didn't want to put $10,000 in the mobile home at that point in time. I didn't have the $10,000 to put down in a mobile home at that point in time. That's why I structured the seller financing, just getting very creative with your deals. And then you can also do this with mobile home parks. That was an end buyer, but with mobile home parks. Sometimes the homes have been sitting for a while. These park managers want to collect their lot rent. These park managers want the home to look nice. So if you come in, there's vacant mobile homes in a park, you have a conversation with the park manager, hey, I can put X amount of down and make payments, and then once I sell it, obviously pay you guys off in total. Is that something that would work? A lot of times they're open to it. If you have a track record and if they know you, they like you, they trust you, you got to build a little bit of rapport with them, but they'll allow you to do that because they want this home to be sold. They want a buyer to come in. They want this home to be fixed up and look nice. You do that, you fix up the exterior, you clean it up, you come on in, you're then making them payments every single month on that, maybe paying the lot rent, maybe pushing the lot rent where you get 2 to 3 months of free lot rent. They're open to that because again, their main thing is they want the home to look nice and they want someone to start paying lot rent. So when you get an end buyer in there, that's what's happening. Now I've gotten deals for free from mobile home parks. We didn't have to pay any money for them. And then also very cheap deals. So we like to negotiate the deals for a very cheap price point where we don't have to do seller financing, but that's an option. Now strategy number 3 is finding these off-market motivated sellers and negotiating these deals. Here's the truth. Mobile home sellers are a lot more motivated to sell their mobile homes, and there are several reasons why. A lot of times what will happen is someone's living in the mobile home, they pass away, or they are moving, or they go to an elderly facility, for example. Let's say someone passes away or goes to an elderly facility. Now their kids have the home. They don't want anything to do with the mobile home. They just see it as trash. They don't want to pay the lot rent every single month. They can't find a realtor that wants to, and realtors aren't that interested because their commissions are going to be extremely low. If you can come up to them and say, hey, I can pay all cash tomorrow, get this home off your hands, I can pay X amount of dollars for it, are you open to it? Their motivation is very high because they don't want to deal with it, and you'll find a lot of sellers reducing their price point or reducing what they're asking for in order to get this home off their hands. For example, one of the very first homes I ever purchased, they wanted $45,000 for it. This was drastic. I got it for $3,500. It sat a little bit. They weren't living in the state. It sat all winter. She got it given to her mom. She was living out of state. It sat all winter. They thought they had a buyer. The buyer ended up backing out. They didn't want to deal with it anymore, so they were open to my offer, which was $7,500. Then we came down because there was other issues, which I talked about in a different video that you can go check out exactly how I did that. If someone's moving out of state, their pain point is they don't want to pay lot rent. They don't want to deal with the home throughout the winter. If it's a colder area that you live in, they want to get that home off their hands. So again, if you can come in with all cash and then you can purchase very quick, they're willing to drop that price. I've got homes from $20,000 to $2,000, from $20,000 to $5,000. We negotiate from all different ranges all the time, and it works in the seller's favor because they're getting this home off your hands, your favor because you're able to do what you need to do with it in order to sell it for a decent profit, and then the end buyer's favor because now they have a home that they can call their own, that you came in, you fixed up, and you marketed correctly. Now, a bonus strategy that you can add is partnerships. When I started building my business, even in that first year, I had people that were flocking to me who saw my numbers, who knew what I was doing, because people don't know about mobile homes. The returns are very quick. The returns are high. So if you develop the right partnerships with people, they can put cash up for these deals. Money follows deals. And when these deals are moving quick, it's very attractive to an investor, to someone who wants to partner or invest with you. We flip these deals within 30 days. Boom. This is the return that we're getting. Boom. This is what the profits that you can make and how fast you can make your profits on these deals. Boom. People want their money to move quick as well. So it's very attractive to investors. So putting it out there, getting in investor groups, asking us, getting our Skool community, which you can gain access to by clicking the link down below. If you have any deals that you want to partner on and get investors on, you can ask inside of the community because we have capital. My company lends capital, typically with only in members in our academy, but we're open to deals. So share that, get people who are interested to invest with you, usually after you build a little bit of a track record first. You do your first home, you do your second home, a lot more interested than if you have no homes and you don't really know what you're doing, or you just have no experience and no proof that you can show them. Speaking of proof, let me give you some proof from some of our members in the academy. We have Sean T and Brent, who they bought their first mobile home, they flipped it for $10,000. Their second one, they flipped for $20,000 or for $30,000. And their third one, they're flipping for about a $50,000 profit. They're understanding their market better. They're putting the numbers in, they're putting the work in, they're getting these deals done, and these deals are happening fast. Within 2.5 weeks, they went from their first one where they made a $10,000 profit to their second one where they made a $20,000 profit. Boom, boom. We also have Chuck here who made $17,000 on his first mobile home deal with no experience at all. He got in there, he did the work, he flipped it, boom, made that $17,000. We also have Eric here who got a home where they wanted $20,000 for it. He ended up getting it for $7,500, put in the work and made a $60,000 plus profit on this deal. These deals move fast when you know how to get in, when you're getting in the right way, when you understand how to negotiate. You'll be amazed at what you can get. It was a very motivated seller. They wanted to get this deal off their hands. He got it for that great price point and then move forward with that one. And then we also have Adam here who got his first mobile home for free. Motivated sellers, they wanted to get it off their hands. They were done with the deal. They didn't want to deal with it anymore. Get it off their hands. He got this mobile home for free. This is what's possible when you're building your business correctly. The point is, money isn't the barrier that most people think it is. What matters is learning how to structure the deals, knowing how to negotiate, knowing what market to get in, have the correct knowledge to do the correct work to get these deals done correctly with very little capital required. So if you're watching this and you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking, I don't have enough money to get into real estate, stop letting that hold you back. Mobile homes are the perfect entry point, and you can start with little to no money, build momentum, and scale into bigger deals. If you want to learn the step-by-step on how I do this, again, down in the comments below, I have a free training that you can go through, and we also have our free Skool community, which you can gain access to. We have several different free trainings inside of there as well. And if you want to connect with others who are doing this, join our Skool community. Subscribe to this channel, ask any questions that you have down below. Happy to answer those questions, and watch the other videos that we have because we have a ton of videos going over mobile homes. Happy investing, and I will catch you in our next video.